All right, you have your thick, heavy book. We're just going to start with those shoulder rolls. Book is close by. Make those rolls bigger. You can step touch a little bit. Bring in those elbows and those arms. Open up that chest, round the shoulders, lift and open. Maybe go one arm backstroke. Both arms forward, round it out, lift it up, hands behind your head, nod your head yes, open your elbows, lift your chin, nod your head yes, open up, opening up that spine a little bit in the upper body, 2 more times. Good, and then this time bring those arms out, shoulders back and down, let's squeeze them and drop them all the way down, swing them out, right foot up on that hook, and step up. Few more. Other side, so step up on with your left foot, right foot taps up. Arms are just marching arms. One more, up and over, other side. Tap up again. This time let's add a knee lift. Two more. Up and over, other side, knee lift. Last one. Up and over, tap up, give me a hamstring curl and a squeeze. Two more. Other side, tap up, hamstring curl with a squeeze. Two more. Good, up and over. This time, it's that extension. And up and over, leg extension, other side. Sorry, that was a quick cue. Keep it going. One more. Up and over, first side. Here we go. Tap up for 4. Knee lift for 4. Hamstring curl for 4. Extension 4. Cut that in half, 2 taps. 2 knees. 2 curls. 2 extensions. Singles, 1 tap. 1 knee. 1 curl. 1 extension up and over, other side, 4 taps. 4 knees. 4 curls. 4 lifts. 2 of each, 2 taps. 2 knees. 2 curls. 2 extensions. 1 of each, 1 tap. 1 knee. 1 curl. 1 extension, up and over. Step, straddle that book for me, please. Hands on your thighs. Round through and extend. Round through and extend. One more time, round and extend. Drop that right shoulder and look over your left. Come back to center, other way. Beautiful. Leave your book where it is. Your toes are going up on that book. You're going to walk yourself forward. Wide push-up position. And give me push-ups. Four more if you got them. And wide stance off the book, walk it back. Oh, not yes, shake, no, bend your knees. Hands on your thighs, round it, extend it, drop that right shoulder in. Drop that left shoulder in. Big deep breath in, open those arms. Push back, both arms, so chest opener. Shake it out. All right. We go back up on that book with that right foot, please. All right, we're going to start with that hip lift, right? So you'll see my left leg moving, but it's because I'm going to relax and then I'm going to lift my hip. Relax, lift the hip. So you can kind of see, I'm going to let it do a little chick boom here off to the side. Nothing is moving except for this hip. You see my left leg move, but not because I'm moving it, right? So lift up, don't just, so make sure you're not just scooting your hip over. If I was doing this on the ground, all you'd see is a lift. So you tighten those glute muscles and you lift, and you lift, and you lift. Good. You should feel this all along that right side. Glute and thigh, 4 more. Last 2, last 1. Now flex through that left heel, bend that right knee so the left heel just taps the ground and lift. So it's a tiny bend and straighten, working the quad on that right leg and the glute on that right leg. Woo, I hope we feel those. Come down, step across with that right leg, up and over, push the left hip way off to the side, lean forward, reach with that arm, get some extension, round it up, and come on up. Let's do that on the other side. So left foot is on, right hand leg is hanging in space. So I'm going to do that hip lift. So when I do this hip lift, I'm engaging that outer side. You might also notice that your VMO, that smaller quadricep muscle that's a little more medial towards the other leg, you might notice it working. So those two things working in concert, they are meant to do that. Glute med and VMO, they're meant to do that all day long as you walk, as you move. 2 muscles you want to keep nice and strong. Almost there. Ooh, boy, feel these. All right, now we go to the other one. Right foot is hanging in space. Left knee bends just enough that that foot can tap and lift, tap and lift. So it's a tiny bend and straighten, bend and straighten. And again, I don't know about y'all, but I have so much burning through here. Is it just me? Okay, relax. Left leg up and over. Pivot, hips go off, and we're gonna reach, extend, and then come back up. And we're doing that again on the first side because it was so much fun. Left leg hangs in space, hip lift. So it tucks underneath you. Think about scooping everything up, scoop up, scoop up, scoop up. So that hip presses and lifts, presses and lifts. Two more. Good. And now we do the tap lift. That right knee is bending forward, and that's absolutely fine. That's how we walk up steps. Four more. And again, up and over. Right leg crosses, reach, and back up, other way. Left leg is on top, and we just do that hip lift to start. So it's a squeeze of those muscles on that left side. Feel that BMO, feel that outer hip action, glute. Two more. Good. And now we do the tap down, press up. Use just your left leg, just barely touch the ground with the right heel. And then same thing, up and over. We're going to give that lower body a quick rest. We'll be back to it. Actually, it's not getting a complete rest, but it's a rest from the book. So give you the widest stance you feel like you can tolerate. Bend your knees, sit down in a plie. If you want to, come up on your toes to feel that more in your quads. Book is on your palms, and we're going to serve that platter. So option to keep your heels down. Option to keep your heels up, option to stand up as you serve your platter. Totally up to you guys. Two more. Good. Now hold your arms, stick straight. Lift the book straight up. Arms straight, book is straight. Dog flying across the screen. Now with the book up, bend the elbow 1/4 inch and straighten, 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 straighten. So make sure you're straightening more than you're bending. If that doesn't quite make sense. And relax. Woo, bring that book back down, shake those arms out, flex through the palms. Woo, feel that bicep stretch, a little chest stretch, shake it out. All right. Right foot back up on your book. This time left toes are in front. Bend the right knee to slide into it. Feel your right quad and your right glute. Lift that left leg off the ground and come up. Slide, lift, come up. Slide, lift, come up. Arms here, out to the side. You can make some arm movement if you want. Totally up to you guys. Two more. We're going to do the same thing to the side. So we're going to bend, reach as far as you can, lift the leg, and come in. Slide out, lift it, come out. Slide, lift in, slide, lift in, slide, lift in. Two more. Woo, okay. Now the fun one, we go to the back. Reach, if you want, go on a little bit of an angle or straight back. You can play with it. Straight back with your toe pointed and your leg straight, or a little bit off to the side with that foot turned out. Or alternate. And again, arms, if you want to lift your arms up when you go to the back, that definitely adds challenge. Keep it going for me. Almost there. Bring that down. Once more, right leg crosses left, bend the knees. Come down and then sit that hip out behind you and bring that right arm up. Over to the side, push the hip, woo, bring it up. We get to do that on the other side. So left foot is up on the book. Right toes, they're gonna slide forward, lift up and come back. Slide forward, lift up and come back. And all of this is because you're bending and straightening that left leg. Almost there. Good. Same thing to the side. Reach, lift, and come in. Reach, lift, come in. Reach, lift, come in. Almost there. Good. And then we have the one to the back. And again, you have the option to go straight back. This adds intensity, or off to the side with the foot reaching on that little bit of an angle. Totally up to you guys. Keep it going. And relax. Woo, left leg up and over. We're going to bend the knees, sit into it and push that hip out. Feel that, and then bring that arm up. Push the hip to the side and come up. All right. Lower body should be feeling. All right. So we're going to walk out in that push-up position again. Only this time our hands are going to be right underneath us for that tricep push-up, right? Feet can be on that book. If that feels like a lot, then don't even worry about it. And again, elbows go backwards. Try and keep your shoulders back and down. Keep it going. And relax. Press it back. Walk it back, nod yes and shake no, bend the knees, hands on your thighs, round and extend, and bring that up. All right, grab that chair for me, please. Okay, so even if your book doesn't do this because it's a slippery book or your pants are slippery or whatever, you don't have to have the book. It definitely adds extra weight, but don't worry if it doesn't happen. You're going to try to stand on your left leg and bring that book behind your right hamstring. Bend that left knee, extend out, flex through that right heel and press up. Back is long and flat, not tucked under. And take a quick break. Step forward with that right leg. Bend that left knee. Hip goes behind you, right toes come up. And then bring it down and come right back up again. All right. So I ended up kind of having to hold this book. I'm using a different book this time. And it's not as thick, so a little bit extra challenge there for me. So again, you're going to bring it here. And we're going to try that angle that's not to the side and it's not to the back. It's kind of halfway between those. So again, if your book doesn't cooperate, you can help it. So we're going on that funny angle. Left knee stays bent. And relax. Let's take that right ankle across the left thigh. Bend the left knee, send that tailbone up and out. and round it under. Stick it out again. Round it under, and one more time, stick it out. Right foot comes down, hips go to the right, arms go to the left. And then we get to do all of that on the other side. So book goes behind that left leg, holding it as best you can. Right knee bends, find a flat back position. Press the heel to the sky. And bring that up. Again, that left leg will step forward, right knee bends, toes roll up, hamstring stretch, and right back up again. And then this is that funny little angle. Right knee is still bent. Left leg was going up and out to that angle. Blind dog again. And relax. Ooh, left leg across the right, booty out behind you. Round it under, stick it out again. Left leg crosses the right, arms up and over. And back through center. All right. Let's just use that chair for a set of dips. You can leave the book in it if you want. You can sit up in there. Palms are facing each other. Scoot towards the very front of your chair. Try not to lean back, right? So you want to sit up nice and tall. Notice these shoulders, push them up, back, and down. Even if it's a tiny dip, try and keep that focus on the triceps rather than the shoulders getting up in your ears or coming forward. And relax. Sit up, right arm down, tap your right shoulder. Give it a nice little tug here. Give yourself a little tricep massage here. And then bring the hand to center of your spine. Give it a little tug and a little massage. And then hand to the opposite side. Lift up and over, massage, and we go the other way. Left hand to the left side, pull it back. Give it a little massage. Center. And other side. Shake that out. Give me a little hinge forward. Beautiful. Sit up tall. Grab that book for me. All right. So you're going to widen your feet just a little bit. Make sure you're seated enough in the chair that you don't fall out. Hinge forward and then round into a cat. Inhale into a cow. From that cow position, pull your abs in. Book is in your hands. Lift your arms straight up. Thumbs are towards the sky. Hold at the top for a split second. Try and get those arms past your ears. And relax. Hands on your thighs. Ooh, cat. Cow, that should feel pretty good. Bring your feet together. You can let them sit on the book or not. Take your left arm to the outside of that right leg. Pivot around. Give yourself a nice spinal twist. Sit tall. Back through center, other way. And back through center. All right, you can leave your book down on your mat. You'll need that. You can lose the book. I mean the chair. All right, as we come down, we'll be in that seated position. You're gonna take that book and put it between your knees or between your thighs. And again, if you have slippery, you may have to use a hand to kind of hold it in place. Shoulders back and down, hinge back, just a little hinge. Arms open, little rotation here. And relax. Now grab that book. Option to do that rotation with the book, but you're gonna keep your knees squeezed together and you make sure you're not at all curled. So give me a tall extension. If you want to hinge back a little bit, you can, but just make sure that you don't hinge back so much that your vertebrae start rounding or that your back starts rounding and you're squishing those vertebrae. Check your knees every time you come back to center. Make sure they're still touching. Good, keep going. And come back to center. All right, let's come down, lying down position, take that book behind your hamstrings. Pull in, should give you a nice low back stretch. Move that book behind just your left leg. And then just the right leg. Beautiful. All right, let's set the book on your hips for now. Fingers are just holding it in place. Feet are about hip width apart, and we're going to lift up in our bridge. We're just holding the book in place with your hands, so we're not using those for balance. And we're going to do a full lower and lift. All the way down and all the way up. Give it a squeeze at the top. You could play with flipping that book so it's more on your thighs and just see if that ignites those hammies a little bit more. And relax. Book in your hands. Flex through those hands. Arms up overhead. Feel a nice stretch. Let the arms rest. And notice with those ribs up in the air, we want to pull them down, not by tucking the hips, but by pulling the ribs down, small arch in your spine. Then those arms are going to come up above us, ribs stay down. Inhale, arms overhead, exhale back up and over, and back to center. This time, arms go overhead, bend them a little bit, straighten them, and come up. Inhale up and over, bend, straighten, and come up. So we just added a little bit of tricep. The book is in both hands now, so it shouldn't be super strong, but a little bit of work going on there. Good. And then arms go overhead. We just bend and straighten, tiny little bend and straighten. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms out into a T, palms up. Rotate thumbs to the ceiling and then palms down. Little passive little stretch for those shoulders. Bring those arms up, give yourself a hug. Switch it up so the opposite arm's on top. All right, now we'll go into a little more ab work. So we're going to bring those legs up in tabletop. Look right above you again. Head, neck, and shoulders float off the ground this time. Inhale and extend double leg stretch. Exhale, tap your knees. Inhale to reach and exhale to tap. Good, last one, hold, reach to your toes, reach to your fingers, lift a little higher. Beautiful, bring that back to center, take that book between your knees, toe touches. Abs in, ribs flat, low back stays that same distance from the ground. Two more. And then you're going to pivot over onto your side, facing me. Legs are stacked up in that clam. Book is on top, and your arm just rests on top of the book to hold it in place. Shoulders out of your ears, arm right underneath your ear, 90 degrees at your knees, your hips, and your ankles. And let's just start with that straight lift so that the shin and the knee stay parallel with the floor. Waistline lifted, have a little awareness of those obliques. Good. Then we're going to lift those heels up in the air and pivot open. Almost there. I know, long set of these. Because then we're going to straighten both legs, top leg is straight, and we're going to do circles without wobbling those hips. And then reverse directions. Woo-hoo. And relax. Woo, mama. Give that hip a little bit of love. We're staying on this same side for a quick side plank with our feet on the book because that adds that little challenge. As always, yourself a little extra elbow cushioning if you like. And then come up in your side plank and keep in mind that that means that lower hip has to lift a little higher. So remember those hip lifts we did at the beginning of class? Give me a lift, 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 lift. 3, 2, 1, leave it lifted. And relax down. We get to do both those things on the other side now. So again, we're going to stack up our 90-degree angles at our ankles, knees, and hips. Book is on that top leg, arm underneath your ear. We start with that shin parallel to the ground as we lift. Good. Then we're going to keep knees down, heels up, pivot open. Beautiful. Then we straighten out both legs. And without those hips wobbling, we try and circle. And reverse. And relax. All right, that book goes where our feet are going to be, or the sides of your thighs if you do side of the thigh plank. Extra cushioning for your elbow if you like. Find your side plank. And then think about that hip lift, hip lift, hip lift, hip lift, hip lift, and then lift and hold. Keep that hip high. And gently come down, leave the book where it is. Pivot over onto your forearms for me. Shoulders out of your ears, pull that chest back, pull those abs in, lift first your ribs, then your belly button, then your hips, and then come into your plank on the book. Stay up a little longer for me, please. And then we're going to relax. Pressing back, you can put that book in between your hamstring and your calf if that would feel good. And press back, resting position. Then you're going to come forward. And once again, we're going to see if we can hold that book behind the right leg. This time the toe is pointed, maybe not. The toe is pointed up in the air. And again, we're just going to do that little lift. Hold it here at the top, squeeze it as tight as you can, and relax. I'm going to do that same thing, other side, foot behind your left knee, up in the air. Good. And then you guys are doing this one without me, I believe. So lift, poke a hole in the ceiling, and lift, poke a hole in the ceiling. Keep going. Almost there. And relax. All righty. Let's head back over onto your spine, please. We're going to bring that book across your ankles, arms out wide. We're going to roll like a ball. Rolling like a ball should be a little easier because you have that book there. Good. This time, roll down, leave the book where it is, squeeze in, and then put your left foot on the ground. Book is going to come behind your right hamstring. And then you just pull that right knee over to the right. Left leg goes to the left. Maybe do a couple ankle rotations here. And then flip that book so that it's supporting your leg coming down and your shin going perpendicular to the floor. And then again, you could rotate, you could point and flex. Then straighten out the left leg, bring the right leg back to center, straighten out the right leg, lift yourself up with a pointed toe, flex to the heel, and come back down. Then that knee still holding the book, bring it a little bit over to the left. Now with that book there, you're going to pull it up and pull it over, and you should get a really, really, really delicious stretch on the outside of that right hip. So more about that hip stretch than about a twist. Move the book, put your right foot across the left ankle, put the book on the inside of the right thigh for a passive inner thigh stretch. Again, the weight of that book should be adding on. And then we'll go ahead, we'll thread that needle. You can put the book behind the left leg if you want, you don't have to. You can extend that left leg up, point, flex, and then crisscross all the way, with or without the book, doesn't matter. Legs go over to the left. If you didn't use your book, put it on your right palm to help keep that shoulder down. Use your left foot to push everything back through center. Uncross your legs, cross left over right, but the knees drop to the right. Use that left leg to come back to center, and the book goes behind the left leg. Hug it down and in, get it nice and close to the shoulder, let that right leg drop off to the left, right. Circle your left leg, left ankle, please. Point and flex if you like. And then again, we're going to flip it so the book is supporting that position. Play with that ankle again. As you come back through center, straighten out the right leg, straighten the left, lift up, point, flex, come down, book goes behind again, and we're pulling the knee up and then over, up and then over. So it's a big hip stretch, not just a twist. Move the book, cross that left ankle over the right thigh, passive inner thigh stretch if that would feel good. And then thread your needle with or without the book, right toes, movement through the toes and the ankle. And then again, with or without the book, totally up to you, crisscross, left over right. If you didn't use the book, put it under your left hand, twist to the right. Use your right foot to come back up through center, walk through center, drop the knees to the left. Back through center, hug your knees in, take a little rock side to side, roll up and over onto your hands and knees, however gets you there, please. Good. We're going to exhale round into a cat. Inhale into your cat. Tuck your toes, press it up, pedal it out. Wide stance, nod yes and shake no, bend your knees. Roll cat, inhale cow, bring it up. Thank you very much. Happy Rainy Day Wednesday.